Becker is often overlooked in discussions of greatest TV sitcoms, but it's time to recognise this show for what it is, the greatest sitcom of all time. The show revolved around Dr. John Becker, played by Ted Danson, a grumpy and opinionated doctor who runs a small practice in the Bronx. He's surrounded by a cast of colourful characters, including his nurse Margaret, played by Hattie Winston, his blind friend Jake, played by Alex Desert, and his neighbour Chris, played by Nancy Travis. The show may have only run for 6 seasons, but it's punched with witty writing and unforgettable characters. Becker's cynical and sarcastic humour was a refreshing change from the typical sitcom formula. Ted Danson's portrayal of Becker was spot on. He brought depth and humanity to the character, making him both relatable and likeable despite his many flaws. The supporting cast was equally impressive. Margaret was no-nonsense nurse who kept Becker in check, while Jake's blindness was used for both comedic and dramatic effect. And Chris was the perfect love interest for Becker, providing much-needed softness to the character. But what set Becker apart from other sitcoms was its willingness to tackle serious issues. The show addressed topics like disability, addiction, and grief with sensitive compassion. Jake's blindness wasn't only used as a punchline, but rather as a way to explore the challenges and triumphs living with a disability. The show's writing was also top-notch. The jokes weren't smart, well-timed, and the storylines were never predictable. The show's humour was rooted in the characters' personalities, making it all more satisfying when they delivered a hilarious one-liner. In conclusion, Becker is the greatest sitcom of all time. Its sharp writing, unforgettable characters, and willingness to tackle serious issues sets it apart from other shows in the genre. If you haven't watched Becker yet, you're missing out. Do yourself a favour and give it a chance. You won't regret it. I'm Logan from Sitcomical. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you go like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Yo, what is going on, guys? I'm your host, Logan Fendi, and you're watching Sitcomical, the best and the worst of all things sitcoms. Today, we're going to be dive deep into the world of the beloved sitcom Full House, and then its sequel, Fuller House. We'll explore whether the revival lived up to the original, or if it was just a painful mistake. Let's get started. Full House captured the hearts of millions of viewers with its lovable characters, heartfelt life lessons, and unforgettable catchphrases. It was a show that blended comedy and genuine emotional moments, creating a nostalgic favourite that left a lasting impact. Unfortunately, the sequel Fuller House struggled to recapture the magic of the original. One of the major issues was its weak storylines. While Full House balanced humour and heart with its relatable moments, Fuller House relied too heavily on nostalgia and recycled plotlines, lacking the same authenticity and emotional depth. Let's take a closer look at a few examples of these weak storylines from Fuller House. Another aspect where Fuller House fell short was in the portrayal of character dynamics. In the original series, the interactions among the characters felt natural and had genuine chemistry. However, in the revival, these dynamics often felt forced and less organic. Full House may have lost their original charm, and interactions among them lacked the same authentic flow that existed in the real series. Nostalgia can be a wonderful thing, but it also can be a double-edged sword in the case of Fuller House. Over-reliance on nostalgia hindered the show from carving out its own identity. Fuller House often leaned on nostalgia, recycling catchphrases and call back to its original series. We'll explore the reliance on the past inhibited show ability to stand on its own and connect with the new generation of viewers. In conclusion, Full House holds a special place in hearts of many viewers, and the revival series Fuller House had big shoes to fill. While some viewers found enjoyment in seeing familiar faces and revisiting the Tanner family, it's hard to deny that it fell short of the original. Weak storylines, forced character dynamics, and an over-reliance on nostalgia hindered its ability to capture the same magic. However, it's important to remember that opinions may vary, and some viewers may have found joy in the revival series. Ultimately, it's all about personal preference. Thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Logan Fendi, and you are watching Sitcomical, the best and the worst of all things sitcoms. Make sure to comment down below if you think Fuller House is just a painful mistake and they should have left it at the one best nostalgic show, Full House. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out. The King of Queens is one of the most underrated sitcoms of all time. Despite its popularity during its 9-year run, it's often overlooked in discussions of greatest TV comedies. The show revolved around Doug Heffernan, played by Kevin James, a delivery driver for a package delivery company, and his wife Carrie, played by Leah Remini, a legal secretary. They live in Queens, New York, with Carrie's father Arthur, played by Jerry Stiller, who adds to the show's comedic relief. One of the reasons the show is so underrated is because it doesn't get the same amount of recognition as other shows like Friends or Seinfeld, but The King of Queens had a loyal fan base and unique premise that set it apart from other sitcoms. The show tackled relatable issues like relationships, family, and work. The characters were flawed, but that's what made them so relatable. The show had a strong cast, with Kevin James and Leah Remini's on-screen chemistry being one of the highlights of the show. They had a natural back-to-forth, which made the relationship seem genuine. But it wasn't just their relationship that was well written. The supporting characters like Doug's best friend Deacon and Carrie's boss Mr. Kaplan added to the show's depth and humour. Another reason why The King of Queens is so underrated because it never relied on gimmicks or outrageous storylines to get laughs. The show's humour came from the characters, interactions, and relatable situations. The show tackled real issues such as weight gain and self-esteem in a way that was both funny and heartwarming. The King of Queens was also groundbreaking in its representation of blue-collar workers. It showed the struggles of joy and working-class Americans, a demographic that is often overlooked in mainstream media. The show's premise of a delivery driver and a legal secretary was an unconventional one, but it worked because the side of America that isn't often portrayed on television. In conclusion, The King of Queens is one of the most underrated sitcoms of all time. Its relatable characters, realistic storylines, and unique premise that make it stand out among the plethora of TV comedies out there. If you haven't given The King of Queens a chance, go give yourself a favour. Watch it, and you won't be disappointed. I'm Logan from Sitcomical. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that sub button, hit a like. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Logan from Sitcomical, and in this video, I'll be discussing why Modern Family is ruining the comedy genre. Modern Family is a popular American TV show that premiered in 2009 and aired for 11 seasons until 2020. The show was praised for its unique storytelling and diverse cast, but in recent years it has come under some criticism for its lack of originality and reliance on tired comedy tropes. Firstly, let's talk about the show's reliance on stereotypes. The characters on Modern Family are often portrayed using stereotypical characteristics that are meant to be funny, but instead come across as offensive and outdated. For example, the character of Gloria, who is played by Sophie Vera-Agra, is a Colombian immigrant who is often depicted as overly passionate and hot-headed. While this may have been seen as amusing in the early seasons of the show, it's now clear that the portrayal of Gloria is problematic and perpetuates harmful stereotypes. Another issue with Modern Family is its predictability. The show follows a formulaic structure, which in each episode features 3 interweaving storylines that all come together at the end. While this format may have been fresh and exciting when the show first premiered, it has now become a stale and predictable thing. For viewers, know exactly what to expect from each episode, and the show rarely deviates from its formula. Furthermore, the show's attempt at humour often comes at the expense of its characters. The show often puts its characters in uncomfortable or embarrassing situations for the sake of a laugh, which can be cringeworthy to watch. The character of Phil, played by Ty Burnell, is a prime example of this. Phil is often portrayed as a clueless and bumbling, and his antics are meant to be humorous. However, his behaviour can come across as juvenile and irritating, and his character development is limited. Finally, the show's constant use as the mockumentary format is becoming grating. While this style was fresh and innovative when The Office first premiered, now has been overused to the point of exhaustion. Modern Family relies heavily on the mockumentary style. which the characters often speaking directly to the camera and providing commentary on the action. This can be distracting and takes away from the actual plot of the show. In conclusion, while Modern Family was once considered a groundbreaking comedy, it has since become a tired and formulaic show which relies too heavy on stereotypes, predictable storytelling. Its attempt at humour often comes across at the expense of its characters, and its constant use of the mockumentary format has become tiresome. While the show may have had its moments of brilliance, it is clear that it is no longer a trailblazer in the comedy genre. Thanks for watching this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree that Modern Family is ruining the comedy genre? Or do you think it still has something to offer? We'd love to hear your opinions. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more contents like this. I'm Logan from Sitcomical, and peace out.